Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? What's up? How you doing? Happy evening. I'm a little late. My apologies, y'all. I am absolutely sorry. I just got off work not too long ago, so I just wanted to run on here and do what I do. We did some house cleaning, housekeeping stuff in here. Um, we put our phones back on. Hello, Phoenix Soul. How are you? We put our we how are you? We cleaned up in the room, put the styrofoam back up. That's supposed to help with the echo. Um and so I can have good audio. And we use this, what is this? Elmer's rubber cement, and it's falling down already. So here we go. Yes, we are going live today. We're gonna see if we have anybody that jumps on Phoenix Soul. If not, it's just gonna be me and you. Okay. It's gonna be viewers' choice. Viewers' choice is any questions or concerns or anything that you guys want to talk about or hear in the midst of the conversation. We can talk. Otherwise, I'm just going to be talking about whatever else it is I can find to talk about. I'm going to be on for 30 minutes unless I get a couple other people that jump on too. And we'll go from there. Okay. So, all right. Candy Burris. Candy Burris emails me sometimes, and we talk. No, she doesn't. I'm a part of her group thing or whatever. So what's up? How we doing? How's everybody's notary business going? I know it's the second day of the month, but some people have fast starts. I was able to, and I've been talking about Ron like out my ears, man. But I had a Ron remote online notary, notarization. I got these customers from Thumbtack. I reached out to them, and they were like, "Yeah, they wanted to be on the side of history, of doing that." So I did. I was able to get it complete, but I just did not. Um, I couldn't complete it yesterday because I messed up, and then I had to redo it again. So, all right. Anyway, but we got that done. So Phoenix Soul asked. So we're gonna show the question. I'm gonna read it. How do I start off with marriage? The marriage thing. You say that I could sign their certificate, um, with their certificate or their application, and do I have to have a marriage officiant license to do so? You're getting clients. Um, so that's a very good question, and I am going to answer that because you know I I want to answer this because I think it's a very good question. But I like the fact that you said something about notarizing just a piece of paper. I want to start off. I'm going to get on my soapbox and say you are doing more than that. When you get clients that are asking you to marry them, specifically marry them, you are doing more than just the signing and notarizing of the document. That's called a solemnization, right? You're doing more than that, especially if the customer is asking or the client is asking for you to have a full on ceremony. That's pre work that you're having to do. That's you structuring their ceremony. That's the communication back and forth. You can spend a lot of time trying to you know, um, get the idea of what the client is looking for. But to start it from scratch, the way that you start off, the way that I started off was it was in a area of pivot. Loan signings were slow, so I wanted to get I wanted to continue to make revenue under my, umbrella stream, under my notary stream. And that was one of the things that I knew I could do, that I can turn it into it. And I basically went on and started advertising on Thumbtack as a wedding officiant. I went ahead and went as far as researching in terms of price points and things of that nature. And I just basically just did the exact same thing that I did with Ron, which was to shoot my shot. So on Thumbtack, you have the ability to go in and work the opportunities, and I was doing that. Then I also had um, my ad up live so people can respond, and the more money you put in, the higher that you put on the totem pole with Thumbtack, which can definitely be a curse because you'll start to get more leads that might not necessarily transition into clients of yours. But I just basically started by advertising on Thumbtack and also advertising on my other platform too, with Google, um, Google Ads, not Google Ads, but my Google business page. Also on my Eternal Unions weddings page. At first it was only Reggie's Mobile Notary. I had already had Eternal Unions from earlier in the year, and I, really started to dig deep into it in the month of July. So it really just took me focusing and making sure that I not lead with that first, but using Thumbtack to my advantage to go in and work the opportunities to come in. But with that being said, you want to make sure that you're not underpricing yourself. Like, for example, tomorrow I have a wedding that is in Tampa, and the price that I charge these folks to travel to Tampa, it was not the case. Like, it is not, I'm frustrated because I have to drive to Tampa, which is a 2-hour drive, and I'm getting half of what I should be getting. And that's a constant reminder in my head, but that's not going to stop me from being as professional as I need to be. So, yeah, that's really it. I mean, honestly, it's not long drawn out. I had a friend, as I told the story, who was doing it. I got the idea from him after just kind of thinking about what other things I can do to build revenue. And, you know, um, bada bing, bada boom. I was a wedding officiant and had my first wedding in August. So, and I just been capitalizing off of that. Any picture that I get of the couples, making sure that I post it, have a little story, posting it to my social media. Passing around reviews and stuff like that, and that really is what started it. Um, but no, you do more than just solemnize their marriage license. You have to do something called a declaration of intent, which is the I do part. That's something that needs to be done in order to make the marriage valid, and then all the other stuff in terms of the ceremony, the professional, the processional, the welcome statement, the vows, the ring exchange, all of that stuff is structured by you, and that takes you time to do so. So, you really kind of have to, make sure you recognize and understand that when you're onboarding customers. Because if you're only charging $30, you're selling yourself short. You should charge for your expertise. You should charge for the time that you're going to take. You should charge for the mileage that you're going to drive there. You know, if we're just focusing on the what the act costs to notarize, then we're missing out on money. And I can't tell you what pricing points you should start from. You really have to figure that out on your own because it's different for everybody. But keep in mind, if you're only charging $30 or $50 or $60, then you're seriously underpricing yourself. And my recommendation is to make sure that you look around and see other people and see what they're charging so you can make sure you're right in line with what they charge. Right. So shout out to you getting clients. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. And then you also said they bring the certificate, or do you get it? No, you do not get it. They have to provide you with the certificate, but you need to explain to them how. Now, this is only for the state of Florida. I'm not sure about any other state here in the state of Florida. And it also goes down to the county that you are working with, right? In Orange County, they have to go down to the courthouse. In all counties, they have to go to the courthouse, but in some counties, like for example, Marion County, you can actually request it online, get the ticket, and then present it to them, and they'll be able to give you the marriage license. Wedding officiants do not go down and pick it up. You just need to know the information to do it. It is imperative that you do, because if you don't, they are basically just going to get married. They're just going to have a nice ceremony. And their marriage is not going to be valid until 3 days from that day, depending on when you do it. If it's on the weekend, they got 5 days, because they got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if they go and request it on Monday. So they bring it. You put that is something that I talk about, marriage assistance, marriage license assistance. And I also make sure that you I also make sure that you cover your bases when it comes to that, and then you check in with your clients to make sure that they understand and know. You don't want to get to the week of, and then they're rushing. I actually had a client that did that, and it was a good thing that I had the forethought to go and check, because they were going to be looking at me, and I was going to be like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know how that disconnect happened, because I know I go over it all the time, and I wrote it down. I have this recorded. So knowing as much as you can know about the marriage license is definitely going to put you a step above the rest. So it's, you can say it's not your job, but Burjo, who's one of the one of my counterparts who does the live, she does a very good job of, she has a book that she uses, a notebook that she used, that has a checklist, about what she needs to go over, with the client. So let's see. Okay, so shout out to you. You got the calculation sheet from Ayana, and yes, I live in Palm Beach, Florida. Okay, cool. I haven't had a wedding. That's a little bit out of my jurisdiction. If somebody paid me to go do that, they want to pay the mileage and the hours and time for me to travel down there, I will definitely do it. But at this point, I hadn't had anybody in the West Palm Beach area. The furthest I've gone has been Bradenton. Um, and I still consider Bradenton Central Florida, even though it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on the day, to go visit. So shout out to you. Yeah, that calculator is the truth. I can't stress that enough. YanaLugo.com, you want to go under notary thing. I can't remember where it is on the website or what it's named as on the website, but you can go on yanalugo.com and then go into the search bar and type in notary calculator, and that's gonna pop up, and go from there. Let's see. I'm checking to see if I have anybody that's interested. Ain't nobody getting know. No problem, Phoenix Soul. No problem. What's the name of your business? Let's see if we can get some. You can put it in the chat here. But yeah, what's the name of your business? Let's give you some love. If you're down in the West Palm Beach, go out and see Phoenix Soul. She's gonna put her company name up there, so you guys can go and book her, and also put your website up there too, because even though they may not see this right now, they can go back and see it on the replay. Why it sound like it's somebody? Is it raining outside? I don't think so. But yes, my Ron yesterday, and I use eNotary Log platform. eNotary Log I like because they don't have KBA. Okay, Phoenix Soul Notary. Do you have a website? But I went on. I used them yesterday. I bagged and tagged, and the error I was able to get done. It would have finished yesterday, and they would have been so impressed. but it failed and I end up having to redo it. I said that on the live last night. It was user error because I put required tags on all of them, and for some reason I must have tagged something extra as required, and when I did that, it wouldn't let me in the session. So I was talking with Ayana and Virgil yesterday, and they were going through it with me. So I ended up just deleting and canceling that particular transaction and redid it again. And it got on today. It actually literally only took us about a good 10 minutes, literally, to get on and get everything complete. Unfortunately, when we were on the platform dropped them off, and I had to restart the session, which is kind of embarrassing. But you're at the hands of the technology that you use. But I was happy because I put that into fruition. Like I thought hot, long, and hard, and I presented it to every customer that I could think of to make it happen. And to be honest, yesterday I actually had two runs. One ended up failing because the gentleman didn't speak English. He spoke Portuguese, but he didn't speak English. So unfortunately, we weren't able to finish the transaction because I have to. Number one, he has to be able to understand the documents that he's signing, and number two, he has to be able to understand me. If I spoke Portuguese, then yes, we can converse back and forth, obviously. But yeah, I don't speak Portuguese, so that ain't gonna work. So yeah, we that didn't work out the way that we wanted it to. And also been telling you guys that I've been doing a lot of N3 notary I9s and stuff like that. Those guys have at least 3 to 4 um things, notaries that they not notaries, but I9s that they do a day. And I always bid more than the $20 that they pay. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. And sometimes the last couple times that I've done it, I've had people that have met me at McDonald's, which I do in McDonald's. It has to be in a area that is neutral for both of us. I can't do it at their house, and they can't do it at my house. So we have to find somewhere close. So I have an appointment tomorrow at 10 o'clock to meet them there. And yeah, I mean, it's been cool. A couple 25, $30, right down the street for maybe 15, 20 minutes of work. It's more than what I would have gotten anyway. So I can't complain. What I'm gonna talk about also, since ain't nobody coming on, they probably gonna watch the live. I posted this in advance. I'm mad at each and every one of y'all. I've been over here raving like, oh my god, the people in my group, they've been doing so great, and y'all ain't even know. Um, but I can talk all day. To be honest, it ain't. I don't need nobody really to be able to communicate. I can communicate on my own. But it's the last. And I'll probably go over this on the live next month as well, next week as well. If because not if, but we're gonna be doing a live next week. So some of this information I'm gonna recycle. So I'm gonna go over the specific numbers that I had in the month of February, what I made. I like to be transparent in terms of the money. I am not a $6,000 a month like I saw somebody on Thumbtack was making. It's funny because when I go and I ask, I'm like, "What are y'all doing?" They never respond. So, um, I do credit card transactions, and I also do cash payments as well. I try not to do too many cash apps. I try not to do too many. I mean, although sometimes I will. I try not to do, cash app either, um, or Zelle, because I have to then transfer it to my business account, and I just don't like that. I like to have some record of that transaction somewhere. So if I can, I'll try to build the customer, through credit cards. But a lot of customers don't want to do that. They want to pay you cash. I don't mind paying cash, but you got to pay me right now. Like I don't want to wait till the day of. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't like that. But last month in credit card transactions that I processed, I had $1,242.50. I did have someone that canceled in the month of February. She actually just texted me asking me when she should receive her refund, so I have to respond back to that. But she canceled, said that they weren't getting married. The cynical part of me says she probably just didn't want me to do it and find somebody else, maybe cheaper. I don't know, but it is what it is. So her wedding wasn't until May. I could have made it non-refundable, but I felt like it. I mean, we're pretty far out. You know what I'm saying? Her paying now and finding someone now probably, was a little preemptive. So I just refunded her money. So so that brought me down to 11.42. I had $100 cash payment for it was initially a remote online notarization, but it ended up turning out to be a actual meetup or transaction face to face for a direct client that I had. It was a first time home buyer. They were moving up to Tennessee. So that was $100 from that. And then I had $40 in a general notary that paid in cash. So that put me at 1377. And then I made $100 in N3 notary transactions last month. So that was about four or five. Uh, so that brought me to 1477 and 50 cents. And then I had $149 and 50 cents made on e-notary on call. So that breaks down to about 1250 is the average. Oh, and I forgot to put the $27 that I made. So 150, so 149.50 divided by 12. That's about 12 and a half transactions. There was a couple transactions where I charged more because it was more than one seal. So and it's $10 per seal above the amount. On because the $25 only includes one seal, but for each additional seal is $10. Each additional signer is another 10. So that was $149. We add the $149 and 50 cents to the 1477 and 50 cents. That's 1627. We add the $27 that I got from Notarized. That would put me at 1654. And then I had, let's see here, another $250 in let me see. Yeah, I had another $250 in loan signings that I did for the month of February. So that put me at 1877 before the 27. So I ended the month with $1,904 is what I ended the month with. Now, the amount that I spent in transaction fees, I had I had one remote online notary. So that's $13. That brings me down to 1891. I had about $150 in notarized, not notarized, but thumbtack fees. No, that's not right. I would about $80 in notarized transaction fees. So that brings me down to 1811. And then I had 100 and no, I had only $74 in Google ads. So that left me with a grand total of $1,737 after all the fees and everything has been taken out. I also had another $40 in credit card transaction fees through my bank. So that brings me down to 1697 is what I made for the month with all the fees taken out. So pretty decent month, 1697. It's not bad. I don't take that lightly. People could have definitely chose to go with other companies and other businesses, but they chose me. So I'm always grateful for that. Um, So I don't take it lightly when customers use me, and they use me as a business. What I also did last month too is I mailed out some of my postcards. On the front of it, or on the back of it, front of it, it says "Looking for remote online notary," and then it has my name and my phone number. Okay, and then the other side it has I do out of the country signings, and I do out of state signings. Okay, and then I did my postcards for Eternal Unions, and I mailed that to about 15 venues in the state of in Orlando. So I feel like there's something good in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling very excited about it, and I'm hoping that that brings additional business. Two, Carlos booked two weddings. Uh, well, one and the other one is going to be booked tomorrow. They already texted me. It was like, "Hey, we're ready to move forward." So they're coming from New York, so I'm very excited about that. You know, he gonna be outdoing me after a while, but we're gonna have to end up. We got to practice. We definitely got to practice for sure to make sure that he is on board. What else? What else? I think that's it, man. That's really it. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting a few more people to jump on, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I spent some time yesterday updating my website. I had to take some of those old pictures off. Pictures. Some of them was just really to fill in the space because I ain't have very many folks. But now I do. Um, oh, I hit wedding number 34 on Sunday. Number 35 will be tomorrow, and 36 will be Saturday and a day, and then 37 will be uh, the because I have two on Saturday, and then I have 38 that will be on the 13th of March. I'm hoping that I can, get because I already had 4 weddings booked. With the one that I just added on a couple days ago. I'm hoping that I get a couple more. Show some love. Mm, thank you. Um, come over here for a second, love. Can you make as much noise as possible? Can you make more noise?
No, I cannot make no more noise.
Let's see.
Hello, everybody.
What? Yes, we're gonna ask Carlos some questions here. We only got about a good 2 more minutes,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna
that's
get
good.
off here. Hola, Carlos. Who that is? Cause we don't know who that is. We don't know your name. We can. You got to give us the permission to be able to see who you is. But thank you for the love, Phoenix. Somebody said, "Hola, Carlos,"
Hola.
and then someone also said, "That's how much you made in Ron, only in Ron." What? No, no, no. I wish if you got that last number of 1904. No, no, that's not how much I made in Ron at all. No, no, no.
That's all combined together.
Yeah, that was totally total in total all together. I made in Ron probably about. I had one for 35, and then 27. I would say about $200 in Ron. I made about $200 in Ron, and that's mostly using eNotary on call, using eNotary on call, using their platform, not my own clients that I brought in. So yes, that's how many. That's how I made. I made about $200. Oh, okay. What's up, Kenny? How are you? How are you, man? Shout out to the homie. I appreciate you, sir. Appreciate all the kind words and the things that you give out. I appreciate it. I don't know why it's not showing me. Me neither, man. Me neither. So, Carlos, I have a couple questions to ask, and then we got to go, y'all, because our stomachs are cussing out our throats. What, seeing me doing all the weddings and everything, what made you decide that, hey, I want to do it too? What changed? Because homeboy was like, now, son.
Like most people know me, I'm very shy, but it seems like an easy thing to do. It's also helping others, and it's our purpose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Be kind to people, be nice to people, help others.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then my next question that I wanted to ask. Well, I guess I have two questions.
You said two, so you got one left.
No, I got another.
You got one left.
What's your favorite part of a wedding?
Seeing people's or the couple's faces, sometimes crying or be happy with that moment, and being part of it is like it feels great.
Okay.
Be part of the happiness, bringing two people together as one.
Okay.
It's kind of like a joyful thing to do.
Okay. And will you ever do a English wedding?
I don't know.
The jury's still out on that one. So that's all I got, Lebedish. That's all I got.
Bye.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I got to go get changed. I'm hungry. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for hanging out. Sorry, Kenny, you caught me at the very last little bit. I told y'all it was only going to be 30 minutes. You got 31. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Bye.